Hey Banjo, have you heard, mate, what's happened to the run where you rode with old Pat Kiley neath the hot Monero sun? Where you stirred your pipe and choked it, thumbed a wad of weed and stoked it, lit the flames that lit the pictures in the minds of everyone. Fresh from chambers, Banjo, shyly you'd yarn with old Pat Kiley as he talked of the old fella and his plans for Kiley's run. The old fella, Bill, a Kiley from old Ireland, tough and wily. Ticket of leave man, sent from Sydney with a dray, an axe and gun. And Banjo, you'll remember each bloomin' sweet September how you bid the dust of Sydney an eager, fond farewell, and where honeysuckle's chalices clustered sweet to Kiley's trellises, you woke up murmuring poetry to the sound of the kitchen bell. See, you push through sweetest grasses where the clouds flotilla passes. See, you listen to the stories of the Snowy River men, Troy, Dunn, McNamara, Cummins, Guy and Mick O'Mara, yarned and threw away their memories till your rhyming kicked again. There, where war members beckoned, old riders yarned and reckoned that the man from Snowy River was a fella called Fitzroy. Or was it another Kiley? Or that Irish bloke, Jack Riley? Throw in another candidate, the stockman, Jackie Troy. And there, for the Australian nation, you wrote A Mountain Station, while savage critics slammed you as a versifying cub. On Kiley's run you wrote it, no need for me to quote it. And another favourite of yours, mate, the G-Bung Polo Club. It was there you met old Clancy. His name was Thomas Francie McNamara. The trees were silent witness to everything was said, and your fertile mind it relished all the yarns, with wine embellished, and the man from Snowy River started galloping through your head. At the cutout of the shearing, all the sulkies would be steering for the big dance there at Kiley's, all around the polished hall, and the ball there was a boomer for the hospital at Cooma. Kiley trailed the native flowers all around the rough-hewn walls. There were G-Bung style shatishas and a tub or two of reeches. The cut-out balls at Kiley's would give them all a thrill, with the waltz and the mazurka, and the odd bog-eye gone berserker, and barn dances and set lances, and a Brolga-like quadrille. Kiley showed you all his ledgers. Braid was fraying on the edges, where he wrote in looping longhand all the records of the run. Those ledgers, bound and leathered, with the shoulders worn and weathered, were kept in careful cupboards. They weren't shown to everyone. And to you he demonstrated the concept he created, 'cause you saw the ditto commas running down the columns blue, where he paid with equal wages all his workers at all stages, whether black or white or brindle, whether male or female too. Yes, there on Kiley Station it was a united nation, with no discrimination, and the words I say are true. Hard to think if there'll be ever, now or then, maybe never, such another mountain station, or another Kiley too. Kiley spoke the wild Wiradjuri and the dialects of Jacadri. He talked with elder Kuris who took him to a secret part, where the gentle dawn came beaming on the places of their dreaming, and Kiley kept their sacred secrets forever safe inside his heart. Well, Banjo, do you know, mate, what's happened to the show, mate, to the run the Kileys planted in the hills of sun and snow, to that place called Adjung Billy? You must think that I'm silly. It was sold for radiata just a few short years ago. Sold it? Yeah, for radiata. You know, that green stigmata that porcupines the mountains and sucks the country dry, that bogs the creeks and fills in all little streams with quills and dams of steely little needles. And I think I'm gonna cry. Well, Banjo's eyes turned to me, wary. Was I dolt or dromedary to gouge an old man's feelings who was out of touch with all? But he took my hand to test it, and he pressed it, and he blessed it, and he believed me. Yeah, believe me. And I saw his teardrop fall. Where his muse used to waken to whispering pines forsaken, where he hung his reins and bridle, there's nothing there at all. And we found the ledges, tasseled and by snails' feet razzle-dazzled in a heap of rotting rubbish just beside a broken wall. So, Banjo, we'll walk grieving for the things that time is thieving, but we'll take a banshee with us, and I'll hug her silken waist so her wild song never ceases on the last of the snow leases. For the sleet of dispossession is a bitter sleet to taste. Kylie's run, Rajung Billy, must be Uncle Willie, Banjo's shrine of shrines, to snatch it, to plant the pine thereon, a place we should have cherished, but in us now has perished. But inside your heart, Banjo mate, and mine, the flame goes burning on.